Hello everyone and welcome to LTspice tutorials. In this tutorial we explain how to generate a Bode plot of the second order RLC or the resistor-inductor-capacitor circuit. Over here you can see the RLC circuit, you can see the input voltage and you can see the output voltage over here. Over here you can see the Bode plot of this circuit. Namely, you can see the log magnitude response represented by the full line, and you can see the phase response represented by this dashed line. Obviously, this is the second order system that is lightly damped, since you can see this peak or the resonance in the frequency domain. In this tutorial, we explain thoroughly how to generate this plot and how to simulate this circuit, and furthermore, we explain how to validate these simulation results using very well-known facts about RLC circuits and the natural response as well as the frequency response of second-order systems. Namely, our theoretical predictions say that omega n, or the natural undamped frequency, is around 1592 Hertz, and that's very closely matches what you can see over here. Namely, you can see that the resonance is around 1500 Hertz. That is this point over here. Before we start with simulations, and in order to be able to validate the simulation results, let's briefly revise the main theory. That is, let's briefly summarize the frequency response of the second order system and the RLC circuits. Over here, you can see the basic RLC circuit. You can see the inductor, resistor, and capacitor. You can see the input voltage, and you can see the output voltage. In one of our previous video tutorials, we explained that the transfer function of this system is represented by this equation. Here, VO of S is the Laplace transform of the output voltage, and VI of S is the Laplace transform of the input voltage. You can clearly see that this is the second order system. On the other hand, in the general case, the prototype form of the second order system is given by this equation. In this equation, omega n is called the natural undamped frequency, and zeta is the damping ratio. Zeta is usually from 0 to 1. If zeta is smaller, this means that the response will be lightly damped. On the other hand, when zeta approaches 1, the response becomes undamped, or actually highly damped. So smaller zeta means the response is undamped. Zeta closer to 1 means that the response is damped. Now, to find omega n in zeta for our RLC circuit, we need to transform this transfer function. First of all, from denominator we can take LC, and we are left with this part. Here, this 1 over LC term can be placed in the numerator, and immediately we can see that omega n, that is the natural undamped frequency, is 1 over square root of LC. On the other hand, simple math shows that zeta, or the damping ratio, is given by this equation. To find this equation, once you find omega n, you can simply say 2 zeta omega n is equal to R over L, and from there you will obtain zeta, and that's it. These two equations are crucial for us to validate the simulation results. Namely, over here in Python, I wrote a simple script that will compute omega n and zeta for given values of resistance, inductance, and capacitance. And here are the predictions. These predictions should match our simulation results. So let's start with simulations. Once you open LTspice, you will see this welcome screen. Then click on File, click on New Schematics, and let's start adding the elements. First of all, click here to add the capacitor. Then let's click here to add the ground. Then let's click here to add the voltage source. Next, we need to add R and L. The circuit should closely resemble the circuit that you can see over here. So we need L and R. Here, click on this symbol and do Ctrl R to rotate it and place R over here. Then click here, then press again Ctrl R to rotate, and this is our L. And click here. Now let's connect all the components. Let's start with from the capacitor, draw the lines, do this, and do this. Next, do the right click and connect the ground. Next, let's denote the inputs and outputs. For that purpose, let's use nets. Click here, press Y, and this is our output. Then again net, U, click here, and click here. This is our input. Now we have the input and we have the output. Next, let's adjust the parameters. Here the resistance should be 10, so let's add here, right click and enter 10. Then let's see capacitance, or the inductance should be 0.01. So let's do here, right click and enter here 0.01. And then let's adjust the capacitance. The capacitance should be 0.0001. That is, it should be 10 to the minus 6. To do that, we can simply go here and enter 1 U. 1 U is actually 1 mu, which is 10 to the minus 6. Let me just verify that this is correct, since over here in my verification I have minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and minus 6. So perfect. Works as it should. Next, we need to define our inputs. So right click over here and then click on advanced, and here specify the AC amplitude. I usually place 1 or 2. This is the amplitude of the input signal. Next, click over here, or you can simply do the right click, configure analysis, and click on AC analysis. Here under the type of sweep, enter decade. Here you need to specify number of points per decade. Let's go with something like 10,000, and let's specify our start and end frequencies. So let's go from 1 Hertz. Let's go, for example, to 100,000 Hertz. And let's click OK, and let's place it here. And now we are ready to simulate this circuit. To simulate the circuit, simply press here, and the circuit will be simulated. To plot the results, do the right click here, click on Add Traces, and then over here, click on Y of U, and actually you need to do something like this. First, click on Y of, or you can simply type Y of, or V of Y over V of U. Since we want to have the amplification, and click OK. And you obtain this beautiful looking graph. And let's now validate our results. If we go back to our Python script, we can see that the natural undamped frequency expressed in Hertz is given here. It's around 1600 Hertz. And so let's validate that. To validate that, do right click over here and click on Place Cursor on Active Trace. And now you can drag the cursor. Meanwhile, you can watch the frequencies, magnitude, and phase here. And then if we go here, we can see that we are approximately, that is that this peak is approximately at 1600 Hertz. And that's it. This is a proof of principle that we have correctly simulated this circuit. Okay, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.